Hemant Singh, I know, as I said, I've positioned it as an extreme question. Does the police have blood on its hands? Yes, Atiq Ahmed was a dreaded criminal, more than 100 FIRs against him. Do you believe the police has much to answer or not?
Well, Rajdeep, I think it's very hasty and very unkind to say straight away that the police have blood on their hands. Well, I would say that an inquiry has been ordered, the police officers, men have been suspended, and I would say that let us wait for the result of the inquiry. But I would like to say that indirectly and by implication, yes, the police do have blood on their hands. Because, you see, but let me also tell you, the UP people are celebrating. I come from UP state myself, and I have been receiving so many messages and WhatsApp messages and all that, and feeling very happy that these gangsters have been eliminated. This is the state of the affairs in the society of UP. So, you know, since the police...
No, but that happened in Hyderabad also. It's not just in UP. You see, that's where short-circuiting, does that justify short-circuiting the criminal justice system just because people are applauding? Just because people are celebrating?
I'm saying that the police had the responsibility to save the lives of these people. The way they have conducted themselves or performed their duties, I would say that by implication, I would say that they have blood on their hands. It was their job to protect. The way it is, so easily these people were killed by these three youngsters. I would say, I would also like to go ahead and say that though the people of UP may be celebrating it because very dangerous criminals have been eliminated, but let me tell you, this is nothing less than a state of anarchy in the state of UP. When you see, when people in authority speak so lightly about it and so casually about it, and in a way kind of justifying this, I would say that this is not acceptable in a civilized society.
Okay, so you are coming the closest. Okay, you are coming the closest to say that by implication the police have blood on their hands. I'll come back to you, sir, in a moment. But Neeraj Kumar, to complete our round table, let's get you on this. Does the police have blood on its hands? And I'm only referring at the moment to what happened this week. We'll broaden it in a moment.
Yeah, to say that the police have blood on their hands in the light of the Atiq and Ashraf incident is going a bit too far. I would agree with the majority of my colleagues that it may be a case of gross negligence, lack of professionalism, taking things in a very cavalier manner. All that may be true, but to say that they have blood on their hands is going a bit too far.
Okay, let's then turn to question number 2, and it's therefore let's widen it now. Now it's not just about Atiq, but what's happening across this country at times, the role of the police. Should encounter cops be glorified or seen as lawbreakers? Prakash Singh ji, because we've seen films being made on encounter cops, especially in Maharashtra and Mumbai, when they were eliminating the gangs, Dawood Ibrahim, Chota Rajan. Now we are seeing the police being used in UP. 10,000 encounters have taken place in the last 6 years. Should they be glorified or seen as lawbreakers if they use methods that are short-circuiting due process?
Let's be clear about the basics first. When you use the word encounter, I think you are implying that it's a false encounter. Now to that I have objection. You see, when you talk of an encounter, what is an encounter? An encounter is an engagement between the security forces and a group of criminals. So, and in which there is exchange of fire. So ipso facto it does not become false encounter. You will have to say false encounter. You predicate that by saying that whether those who indulge in false encounters, whether they should be glorified or... Now coming to that, if they are guilty of false...
And that to be decided by a judicial inquiry. You see, the problem is, even in Atiq's case or any case, yes, inquiries are set up, but the sense is that many of these inquiries are set up by the same state government to which these police officers belong. Will the police indict its own?
Look, Rajdeep, we have to respect the institutions that we have created. We can't disrespect them and we can't reject them also. Because then shall we get somebody from US or Russia to conduct these inquiries? We have to trust our institutions. Those institutions have been raised duly under certain statutes, and we have to respect the verdict of those.
You don't believe that those institutions are weakened over time?
No,
Whether human rights commissions, various judicial orders, there's a sense that the state will protect its own.
No, the state may or may not protect its own. That will depend upon the credibility, the integrity, the intellectual honesty of the man who is conducting the inquiry. And not all men are pawns in the hands of the government. I gave my Haryana inquiry. Can anybody on earth say that it was dictated by the state government? I gave Hyderabad inquiry, Andhra Pradesh against on the killing of Chandrababu Naidu. Can anybody say that it was dictated by somebody else? It will depend upon the intellectual integrity of the man. You should choose the right man for the inquiry.
Okay.
And you have to trust the institutions.
Because importantly, you were in Punjab, for example, and at that time, at the peak of terrorism, for example, a KPS Gill was hailed as a hero. He was a super cop. And he was eliminating those involved in terror. Can that be distinguished from, let's say, what happened in Hyderabad, the case that you referred to, where those accused of rape are suddenly found eliminated in so-called escape, when they try to escape from the law?
Since you have brought in Punjab, let me tell you one thing. I was there for 4 years. During those 4 years, dozens of senior ministers, top bureaucrats of the country would visit Punjab. And they all had one and only one message for all of us. What was that message? Do what you like, but finish terrorism.
Do what you like, but finish terrorism.
Atangwad khatam karo, jo karna ho karo.
Jo karna ho karo.
Yes, that was the message from the top leadership of the country. And as Shekhar Gupta, your colleague, has said, that if the policemen have to be tried for what they did during the phase of terrorism, then they should also try three prime ministers of the country, as many home ministers, as many cabinet
But can we draw an analogy with Punjab, which was an exceptional situation where there was terrorism, with what we saw in Hyderabad, for example?
No. Very clear answer is no.
Okay, very clear answer is no.
But going back to your question, whether they should be glorified or treated as lawbreakers.
Yes.
Assuming that you are talking of repeat false encounters.
Yes.
They should neither be glorified, they should not be glorified, and they should, after mandatory inquiries, once the truth comes out, they should be treated as ordinary criminals.
Okay.